Disaster Contingency Specialist. We do a lot of things, but primarily I'm a firearms instructor. And as you can see at DCS, we have a myriad of handguns that we work with. From the minuscule to the gigantic. From the commonplace like this Glock to the rather obscure like this Steyr. From the practical to the gaudy, and everywhere in between. One of the questions I get asked a lot is people ask me to recommend a handgun for them for personal protection or anti-personnel or concealed carry purposes. And the answer I always give is, there is no one-size-fits-all handgun. There is no off-the-cuff recommendation I can make. You have to figure out what fits your hand, what fits your needs, what fits your budget. You have to get some training, work with a lot of different guns, and answer that question for yourself, preferably with some professional guidance. It seems that the inexorable follow-up question to that is people ask, what kind of handgun do I carry? Okay, fair enough. Well, as you can see, with a plethora of handguns to choose from, I have a wide array of handguns, and I do have a few that are my favorites. So I decided to make a video to show my top 5 favorite handguns. Maybe we'll stick in a 6th. One thing I have to make clear is these are not necessarily handguns I recommend for everybody else. These are only my favorites. So let's take a few of these, take them out to the range, put them through their paces.
This is a Colt 1911 government model. It's stamped government model right on it. This pistol has been around for over 100 years. And there's a reason why it's still popular after over 100 years, because it's an outstanding handgun. It's also something that I've worked with extensively, having spent a career in the military. So, because I have a lot of training with it and it's an outstanding handgun, are 2 main reasons why it's one of my favorites. Mine is a little different than most. Most 1911s are a 45 ACP. Mine is a 38 Super Automatic. The 38 Super is a much higher velocity round than the 45, making it a much longer range round. Now, I know the FBI has been telling us for decades that the mean average distance for a lethal confrontation is 7 yards or 21 feet. A lot of stuff I've gotten into happened at distances far greater than that. Ergo, I like a longer range pistol. This also has a 9-shot magazine as opposed to the standard 7-shot of the 45. Let's see how it shoots. You'll also notice that it has a little bit less recoil than a 45, so for a faster recovery time. For me, this pistol works. This is a Beretta 92FS, or as we call it in the military, an M9. Having spent a career in the military, this is a pistol I've worked with a lot, I'm very accustomed to, very highly trained with. I've shot in competition with it, I've hunted with it, I've actually shot 2 deer with this pistol. It's a 9mm, it has a 15-shot magazine, it's double action configuration, makes it something that's easier to carry. It's a good pistol. It's an outstanding pistol, and it's one of my favorites. This is a Smith & Wesson Model 15 38 Special revolver. It's got a 4-inch barrel and a swing-out 6-shot cylinder. It's double action, so it can be fired quickly, or the hammer can be cocked for more precise shots at longer ranges. Why is this one of my favorites? Because sometimes a simple gun is all you need. Because this particular revolver was manufactured in 1971 and has been in my family ever since. I inherited this revolver. It's accurate, it's reliable, it's elegant. Let's shoot it. Sometimes this is all you need, and it's one of my favorites. Sometimes you need to carry a smaller handgun. This is a Smith & Wesson Model 36. It's a 5-shot double-action revolver. It's got a 1 5/8" barrel. It's small, it fits in your pocket, and it's a 38 Special, so it's still more powerful than a lot of the other smaller guns. Being double action, it can be fired quickly. It also has a hammer that can be cocked for more precise shots at long range. Let's shoot this one. There's still one target left. It's only a 5-shot gun. Its elegance is in its simplicity, and it's one of my favorites. You're going to have to bear with me, there's some construction going on in the background. To tell you the truth, filming this has gotten kind of a hassle. Alright, a minute ago I told you about sometimes you have to carry a smaller hand. Sometimes you have to carry a very small hand. This is a Browning 25-inch. Commonly called baby Browning. People say, why would I carry this gun? Because I like the classics. It's a 25 centerfire, not rimfire like a 22, so it's reliable. Also, this isn't some half-assed derringer. This is a 6-shot automatic pistol. Now, it's got its concerns, such as this is a single-action autoloader with no external hammer. You just carry it cocked on safe in your pocket. You can see the safety concerns of that. But let's see how it shoots. One of the plates fell over before I even shot it. It wasn't set right. But the point is, 25 isn't much gun, but it's still knocked over its place. And this in your pocket when you go to the ATM is a whole lot better than the 45 you left back in the glove box of the car. You've seen some of my favorite handguns, and a lot of them are classics and kind of low-tech. Well, sometimes you need a handgun that's high-tech and postmodern, and this is it. The FN Herstal 5.7. Yes, that's 5.7, not 57. It shoots a 5.7 by 28mm cartridge, and it comes with 3 20-shot magazines. You can also buy aftermarket 30-shot magazines. This gun is one of my favorites because I always point out, if you think you're going to be in a scenario where you're going to be by yourself, facing multiple adversaries, especially at longer range, then this is the gun for you. Well, I've found myself in that situation a couple of times, and this is the gun for me. This gun puts out a 40-grain ballistic tip bullet at over 2,000 feet per second. Yes, I've programmed it. Has an ambidextrous safety that you work with the trigger from either side, and is an outstanding pistol. It also only weighs 19 ounces, and the ammo doesn't weigh anything we're talking about. So carrying it for long distances, like for a bicyclist or a backpacker, is pretty easy. This is one of my favorites. Let's see how it shoots. And there's plenty more rounds where that came from. It's very low recoil with a fast recovery time. Put a lot of rounds down.
Okay, we're back in the range house and you've seen me shoot a few of my favorite guns. Now let me reiterate, these are not what I consider a top 5 list. These are not what I recommend for others. This is just the answer to the question, which ones are my favorites? And this is specifically for concealed carry and anti-personnel purposes. If we were talking about deer hunting or something like that, my favorite gun might look a little different. So let's reiterate. Colt 1911 38 Super. Don't get me wrong, I have one in 45, and it's a good one, but the 38 Super is my favorite. FN 5.7, 5.7 by 28, outstanding pistol. Smith & Wesson Model 15, Smith & Wesson Model 36, among my favorites. Browning 25, sometimes you need a really little gun. And the Beretta 92FS, or M9. One of the biggest things I always recommend is go with what you know, and these are two that I've worked with a lot. So, as always, don't try this at home. I'm what you call a professional. And thanks for watching the Disaster Contingency Specialist, Paul's Favorite Guns video.